Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be discussing of what's in store for Jurassic World Evolution 2's future, which isn't a weird kind of content thing that I usually don't do, as you see me do DLC speculation and wishlist and that in the past, which this is a bit like that, bit of speculation, a bit of a wishlist, and it's just discussing on what I think we will see next year and how the roadmap's going to sort of play out, how long the game will be supported for, and talking about what we've gotten in the past year and what to expect for the future, of course. So let's not hold up any time and let's get straight into the video. So in March of 2023, we got our first update of the year, being the Feathered Species Pack, with 4 well-requested species, with a welcome addition being the J-Holopterus. The other 3 species of this pack were the Eutyrannus, Dinocurus, and Sinosauropteryx. This pack brought a really good update, with it being the log viewing gallery and the viewing dome, with a few new requested additions such as mixed foliage and a cinematic camera mode. This update boosted the future of the game by a mile, because everyone was hoping that we would get more attractions after we got a couple of these ones, and were speculative on what could be possible and what is not possible with the new tunnels as well. So it boosted the game really well. The second free update in 2023 of June, we had the 30th anniversary update, which wasn't the best, let's just say. No DLC. The update was good itself, and the content we got was good, as the decorations were really good additions, but it was still very underwhelming for a 30th anniversary, and we didn't get much new. We only got 1 new gate, some new power lines, some paths and decorations. And trust me, I love paths and decorations, but they could have had a DLC to go with it and maybe added something else small, maybe just some sort of new dinosaur behavior, something like that. That really would have made it feel much better. And this update was good at the time, but I'm still hoping and coping that we will get another DLC to make up for the one we missed out with this update. Later in August, we got the Marine Species Pack, which was a really good DLC and reminded us that Frontier was still working on the game and had not abandoned it, as we hadn't got a DLC in 5 or 6 months by then. Maybe it was only 4 months or something, but I believe it was 5 months. I'm not sure. But this update wasn't the greatest as well. It still brought in a few requested additions, such as the new lagoon viewing dome, and gave us the ability to place the San Diego amphitheater on every map. It's also brought exhibit species in a way, not exhibit species, but a new setting where your dinos would not attack guests in that, and you could have a walkthrough exhibit, as I was kind of saying. And this DLC was really good. It gave us hope for what is possible with more DLC, and also, as we got Nothosaurus, a Camp Cretaceous species, it gave us hope for the future of other Camp Cretaceous species coming, which to me I didn't really care about, because I thought Camp Cretaceous was kind of bad, not going to lie. But, Nothosaurus is still really cool to see, and I was still hoping to get maybe Tarbo at some point. Accurate or not, it's still a welcome addition in my heart. And the last update and DLC of the year, we got the Cretaceous Predator Pack, introducing 4 really requested carnivorous species, being Utahraptor, Tarbosaurus, Concavenator, and Gigantoraptor. These species were really high on my wish list. Not as much Utahraptor, to be honest, just because I was it'd be a pretty generic raptor, to be honest, but they made it really well done, so I used a lot in my parks, actually. Concavenator I still wanted a lot. Tarbo I wanted, and Gigantoraptor I really wanted. So that was good to have. It gave us a really good free update, giving us benches, bins, flower pots, and new fountains to decorate our park with, and a few other really requested additions, such as variants for Allosaurus, Pteranodon, and Brachiosaurus, and more. Now, after covering what has been released in past updates and DLCs over 2023, we should start speculating of what the future holds for the game. So I believe that support will continue throughout 2024 and possibly 2025 and maybe even 2026 if we're lucky. But I do not see it going past 2026 at all. I likely think that this year is the last year of support, though I could see us getting a couple of DLCs in 2025. Now, we need to talk about a couple other options. So, possibly we might only get like 2 DLCs this year, like only a half year, because I feel like I've got a bad feeling that we might get that. But what I want is full support this year at least. Or I think we're going to get 3 DLCs, because I see us getting a Cretaceous Herbivore pack and a Flying Reptile pack, and then one last expansion to round it off and to make up for the DLC slot that we missed in 2023 in June. So that's what I think could happen, but I'm hoping doesn't, and I believe it will go throughout 2024 and possibly into 2025. So now we should start talking about some aspects that could use some improving and just some new features that the game needs in general. The first aspect that can be improved is attractions, and we have a wide variety of them that are all good to their own. You know what I mean? But I do think there are some more that we haven't got yet that we would all love to see, and I think it'd be good if we could get some theme park attractions in as well, more than just viewing attractions. So the first one is Balloon Tour, which has already franchise connections, being in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and I feel like this would really add to the atmosphere of the park, and it's just really requested, so people really want it. Then the second pick is a Lagoon Boat Tour, which would be really good because I want to see it, because it'd be cool just to have a tour in the lagoons, because I don't want a submarine tour, it just doesn't seem ethical, but the boat tour makes sense to me. Imagine having like a glass bottom, an Archelon come swimming under, and that'd be really cool. So I feel like they could do a lot with that. And I could also see them doing a lot with a roller coaster, which has franchise connections, Hidden Adventures roller coaster specifically, or they could use the Velocicoaster from Universal Park, but I would just say Hidden Adventures one is better just because they like adding Camp Cretaceous stuff, so they most as well add Hidden Adventures roller coaster while they're at it. Last pick is the Cretaceous Cruise seen in the Jurassic World movie, which is something that should be in game because we have proper canon for it because it's properly in the movies. So it'd be good if we could still see that at some point, but I'm not sure if we will because it would be hard to implement. I don't think it's as hard as the devs think it would be, as how like they've suggested it is. But like I could suggest some ways how to do it, but I'm not going to waste your time and I'm just going to get to the next section of the video. So those are the 4 picks I have for attractions that would be really beneficial for this aspect. And now let's move on to the other aspects. A second aspect that can be improved on in-game is the enclosure creating we currently have. Currently, when you make an enclosure, you just place some water in, you raise the terrain a little bit or lower it, you add some trees in, you add some rocks in, and then you paint it a little bit. Now, I think we did an overhaul of nearly everything. So I would like to see all paints on every biome mixed. Like mixed foliage already in game, I would like to see mixed painting, as I think it would really improve the enclosures in our park, and we could have proper biodomes like snow in the desert and a desert in the snow. So I think that would really benefit the game. I also think a terrain overhaul where we can raise and lower stuff more, make sharper hills. And sure, if they don't want dinosaurs to like walk up and make it look weird, just make it so at a certain angle the dinosaurs can't walk up it anymore. Like the amount of like the steepness that we can get in game at the max, make it a little bit more than that, and then the dinosaurs can't walk up it anymore, as it gets too hard for them to do it. As I think that would be really good, but I think as well they don't want people to spam it, and it'd be good for challenge mode because then you can just lower it really far, and then dinos can't escape. But just make it so it's not in any of the other modes, it's just in sandbox mode, then that would be really easy. I would also like to see waterfalls implemented in different shapes and sizes, also with different biome types for each waterfall maybe, or maybe you just put down different waterfalls, they come in one biome and then you can change the biome in a tab. I would also like to see the terrain raise with the waterfall if it's a high waterfall, or if it's a waterfall that's kind of flat, it'd be cool if it would go up a little bit, make a nice smooth hill for the dinos to walk up in that. It'd also be good if we could get some more foliage decorations, as I know there's so much more trees in each biome that could make at least 2 more rows for every biome for foliage decorations. I mean, we at least just need 1, I reckon, for each biome, but they could make at least 2 for sure. But yeah, I mean, like, that's not the biggest thing we need to talk about, just because, like, we got enough right now, it's alright. But yeah, I still really want some more foliage decorations, of course. I would also like to see no hitboxes for rocks, just because it'd be much better for actually creating ponds and that, and it'd be good if we could have the rocks together, and it just wouldn't really look weird. It'd be really cool if we could make big rock formations and structures out of them, pretty much. I would also like to see the water overhauled, like deeper water. Maybe we can change the colour of it like you can in Planet Zoo. Maybe not like change the colour completely, but we can change it from light blue water, dark blue water, and then like muddy water as well. That would really help the game, I reckon. So that is my suggestion for the second aspect that needs improving. So now, moving on to the third aspect, which will be about the dinosaurs themselves. So the dinosaurs themselves are already in a pretty good state and don't lack much other than some animations, and this is really just what could be improved, not really fixing anything. So I would like to see an albino and melanistic gene for the species in this game that you can get randomly, or in Sandbox, just add on to your dino whenever you want. So I think it'd be good, because I think it'd be cool if maybe they could make it so you get like 10 to 15% more appeal for that select dino when they spawn in with it. And maybe make it like in challenge mode, in that it has like, let's say you create 10 dinosaurs, only 1 or 2 will spawn in with it. Or maybe like 40 dinosaurs, let's say, and 1 spawns in with it. So it's really rare. And I think it'd be good if they could put some like colour splashes in with it, just like how Prehistoric Kingdom does it, where their albino animals have like a splash of black or grey on it, and makes it look really cool and gives it sort of an Oreo looking colour in a way. I would also like to see the variant skins and patterns expanded. So I'd like to see Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors with it. I'd like to see the Demon Carnotaurus of it, the Dominion Parasaurolophus, the Feathered T-Rex, and the Jurassic Park Triceratops. I think it'd be really good, because all of these species have like different models and texturing. The trike doesn't have much, but it just has different texturing, and it would be cool to actually be able to use that trike more, because I don't really like the Jurassic World one, I like the Jurassic Park one more. But all these species should get it, I reckon. I would also like to see some stats changed for the dinos, like some herbivores need to be buffed, some carnivores need to be nerfed, and pack hunting needs to be nerfed. Like Allosaurus is too overpowered, it needs to be nerfed. Triceratops needs to be buffed, for example. Like, some species just really don't have good stats. I would also like to see maybe some more Lux skins added for select species. I don't know. I mean, I'd be happy just to get a Lux dinosaur pack, but I think Lux skins for certain species would be really good for the game's diversity, and put it on the species that aren't used as much, so then those species have time to shine. I would also like to see the dino combat system get more animations, such as the Ferrozenosaurus death animation, Dinosaurus death animation, because it's weird when you just see them get bitten once and then they die. So I think they actually need to have some proper death animation first, and then it's really good, and then maybe add some more unique kill animations for like large carnivores and the medium carnivores. Especially Tarbo. I was expecting Tarbo to have a unique kill animation, but it didn't, sadly. I'd also like to see Gigantoraptor hunting goats and actually preying on smaller species than humans. And I know this is kind of weird, but I'd like to see Therizinosaurus actually hunting humans and goats as well. And I know it's not a carnivore, but like it'd be cool if it just did what it did in Dominion, walks up to like the goat and then just swipes it and it just goes flying. While for a human it could just chase it and then just stab the human, I guess. But who knows? We'll find out if they add it at some point. I'd also like to see pack hunting added for Utahraptor, Herrerasaurus, Australovenator, and Monolophosaurus. Because it's kind of weird how Utahraptor can't pack hunt. And same as Australovenator, it's kind of weird. The other two I don't care about as much, but they should still get it added, I reckon. Now, the animals are pretty good after that. I'd just say I like to see walking animations for the pterosaurs and social animations for them. And I would also like to see maybe sleeping animations for marine reptiles, which I don't know if it's going to be too hard for them to do that, but I reckon they could do it like how whales sleep, like on their sides, like upside down. So I think they could do that for like Mosa or Shawnee, something like that. So I think that could work, to be honest, but who knows. I'd also like to see some species get sort of better feeding stuffs, like Gallimimus can eat from the meat feeder, same as Stroophy. And I'd also like to see, I don't know what species it is, but there is one species that should be able to eat it, and I kind of forgot what it was. Oh, no. Dilophosaurus eating fish, I'd like to see that. And some more species eating from the insectivore feeder like Dimorphodon. Alright, now the final aspect of the game that can be improved, in my opinion, is the building. So I already said the building when it comes to making enclosures and environments and stuff. But I'm talking about buildings, fences, paths, and all of that stuff. So my first idea is that we get way more paths in the game, because I think we really need paths, including paths that we can use to make bridges, either as just bridges that could be like a building and then you place the path and connect to it, or it's like Planet Zoo where you use the path to make the bridge. So, look, personally, I'd rather have the bridges as buildings and then attach the path to them, but who knows? And I think it'd be really good for variety, and I think a path that we really should get in the game is an invisible path, so we can just have the guest walking on sort of a nature trail, which would be cool. Now, I also think the fences really need an update. I would love to see some smaller fences, such as, some small concrete, some small electrified, just some small wooden ones. I'd also like to see some larger wooden ones. And I'd like to see some glass fences, or the ability to add wall panels that are just windows pretty much to the fences that attach to it, so then we can look into the enclosure and have sort of a window view, which I think would be really cool and give more of a zoo-like experience for some enclosures. I think as well the overall buildings we could get in the game could be expanded upon, such as some more arrival points, just so we can have more variety when we make our entrances and, just have something different to the general walk along maybe and then it enters a plaza or something like that. I would also like to see some more hotels because, look, we already got some good ones, but I think we need some more shapes just because some of them are oddly shaped in that, and also I'd like to see some really big hotels, such as the hotels out of the Jurassic World movie itself, which would be really good, which we had in the first game pretty much. I mean, they weren't completely accurate to the movie, but they were very accurate anyways. So I think it'd be cool if we could just get those back, or we could just get, some new hotels. I'd also like to see just the decorations expanded upon, some more aquatic decorations on the outsides and that. I'd also like to see some like more benches and bins, variety, like such. Like I think it'd be cool if they varied to the biome maybe instead of park era, like because we kind of have DFW Jurassic World benches, but we haven't got like any others. So I think it'd be cool if we could just get some to the biomes. Like desert could be sort of Egyptian or Malta inspired, anyways. And then it'd be cool if we could just get some like African looking ones, which could sort of go to Jurassic Park, like a savannah sort of vibe. So I think that'd be cool for the game, and I think it'd be really necessary. So now that is the end. Oh, one more thing. I'd like to see the San Diego amphitheater get some more rock variants. I might have said this before in the video, but I'm filming this part at a later date, like a couple weeks later, because I got lazy and didn't record the rest of the video, so I'm doing it now. So I don't really know if I've already said this or not, but yeah, the San Diego amphitheater to get other biome types like tropical and that, which would be really cool. And I'd like to see some more signs and banners, such as like how we have the Jurassic Park gates as a decoration. It'd be cool if we could get the Jurassic World gates as well. So that is sort of my idea. Maybe just, I don't know if I said this as well, but the umbrellas we have for the game, just the umbrellas and the umbrellas that are like around benches and that, it'd be cool if we could change the colour of them. And we could do it the same way you change the colour of lights. You just go on another tab and then you can colour it in, really. So that is the end of my ideas for what could come this year and next year and how long we will get support for. So yeah, thank you for watching. Give me some ideas in the comments for future videos, and I'd like to know your thoughts. So see you later, everyone.